Hello, it's Raymond and welcome to Bali. You are invited to come to Bali with me, the first time my wife and I have ever allowed clients to come on an exotic vacation with us. And I know you can see a spectacular image in the background, a beautiful piece of Balinese art, and I'll explain that to you in a minute. I'm just so excited to get started, but the first thing I want to say is, welcome to Bali, one of the most magnificent and pure and sacred and spiritual and gentle places in the entire world. I go to a vacation every single month, as you know, 1 week vacation every month, and a 1 month vacation every year. And I rarely go back to the same place because there's so much of the world to explore. But I'm going back to Bali and I'm bringing special guests and clients, and that's you. My wife will be with me. It's just going to be such a sacred and special time. And I have 14 announcements, so you'd better take notes, and you'll have to apologize if I use my notes because I want to make sure I hit every single point. So let's get started. The first thing I want to tell you is it's going to be even better than I ever imagined. Why? Because we have secured a special guest. He's amazing. He's so keen. I've told him all about this, and he's so eager. And we're absolutely full. We've got our full complement of 24 eager people. We have 8 VIP and 16 general admission. That's the total. That's absolutely full. It's 24. You're going to be dazzled by the people who are in the group with you. Make sure that you bring pens and papers because you're going to want to exchange email addresses and cell phone numbers because these people are going to be your friends for life. You're going to do business at that event. You're going to find miraculously that the very thing you need, someone else in that group has. Even though there's so few people, only 24, there's going to be miracles that happen. I've set it up so miracles will happen. The entire thing is experiential. You may be taking some notes. You will take some notes, but I don't care how clever your notebook is. I don't even care how clever you are in terms of learning. I care how much you've changed in your heart. In your heart, how much you are different. Not your notebook is different, but how much you're different, how much you can achieve more, how much you can postulate. Postulate means you actually manifest. That means create things in the physical world just by thinking it. If you think, oh, this is too much woo-woo, let me at you for a week and then you'll understand. So remember, it starts in the morning, 9 a.m. on November 30th. 9 a.m. on November 30th, which means the very latest you can arrive is the morning of the day before. That's November 29th. Why the morning? Because your body needs time to adjust. Remember, most people are going to be crossing the international date line. We do have some Asian participants, but the rest are coming from North America. If you're coming from North America, I recommend you arrive sometime on the 28th, but at the latest, the morning of the 29th. If you arrive after that, it's okay. I mean, I'll never know, but you may have trouble adjusting. You may kind of lose the entire first day because you'll be a little dozed. So follow my advice. And we're going to have lots of fun. I'm dividing everybody into teams. There'll be 3 teams. You'll be doing some fun challenges against each other. And you're going to learn so much about yourself because the rule is how you do one thing is how you do everything. So how you act in these challenges, how you act in these interesting little fun competitions that I set up is how you act in your entire life. So you'll be able to see how you act. You'll be able to see when you get going. You'll be able to see what stops you. And it's going to be really fascinating feedback. If you are a little down or low, you're going to find your mojo. Wow, will you find your mojo? And you will have lifetime memories because my wife and I have lifetime memories and we do this every month. But this one is so special. I've never planned for a vacation so much. This is the first retreat I've ever done in my entire 31 years. I'm so excited. So I've got 14 points. So get these down. First one is the final payment is due no matter what, no exceptions, November 1st. And most of the payments are actually flying in this week because people don't want to take the chance, and November 1st is a Saturday. So make sure that your payment gets in either November 1st or before. We're not allowing any exceptions. If you have any issues at all, contact Liz. I'm sure you've been in contact with her. Liz@aaron.com if you want to email her. And the second issue is travel. almost maybe everybody's already bought their air tickets. I don't know, but not everyone has reported to Helen that they've got their air tickets, and we need to know, we need to confirm. We will not be renting you a hotel room. Actually, it's not a hotel, it's a little villa. You'll love it. It's so beautiful. We will not be renting it for you if we don't have your flight information, because if you're not coming, you're not coming. And if you paid to come and we don't have place for you, it's because you didn't tell us your flight information. So the flight information confirms to us that you're actually coming, and then we guarantee your room reservation. So number one, make sure you pay on time, on or before November 1st. Number two, make sure not only do you book your travel, but that you tell Helen about it. Helen@Aaron.com. Helen is one L, Helen @Aaron.com. She can give you the name of my own travel agent who knows all about it. You just have to say me too, and she knows exactly how to book it and how to get you the best rates. Number three, passport. Of course you need a passport, but I don't want anyone hung up at the last minute saying, oh my gosh, I forgot. It was so obvious, but I forgot. Nobody can forget. I'm telling you, number three, passport. Look at the date on your passport, because the passport usually has to be valid for at least 6 more months after you enter a country. So if you have less than 6 months to go on your passport, you may want to renew it right now. Number four, BYOB, bring your own booze. Why? Everything is cheap in Indonesia and in Bali. Everything is so inexpensive. Shopping is amazingly inexpensive. The one thing that's expensive is alcohol. So I will not be providing alcohol because it's extremely expensive. And if the government makes it expensive, it's because the government doesn't want you to drink alcohol. And so I'm going to follow that rule and not bring alcohol or pay for your alcohol. If you want or need alcohol, bring it yourself, buy it in your own country, put it in your luggage, and bring it in. Just bring in 1 bottle. Number five, ground transportation. Let me explain that. First of all, from the airport, to and from the airport. If you're VIP, I'll be picking you up. I'll be taking care of it. If you're general admission, Helen has already told you the address of the villa so that you can hop into a cab, and they're very inexpensive. You don't have to worry about that. They're very inexpensive to take you to the villa. And from where we are staying to the scheduled places that we're visiting, I will be either putting us into several cabs or chartering a luxury bus, whatever we do, and I'll be taking care of all of that. If you, in your spare time, because there will be some spare time, if you want to do something impromptu like race to the beach or do some extra shopping, that's okay. You can do that on your own. You just hail a cab. They're easy to find. They ply the streets all the time. You just grab it, and they're really, really inexpensive. Number six, bug spray. Well, it is summertime. Even though it's December and they might call it winter, as far as we're concerned, it's summertime because of the temperature. So you may want to bring bug spray. My wife will be bringing bug spray. I won't be. But if you wish to, that's fine. Please do that if you wish. Number seven, temperature. The temperature in Bali in late November, early December is in the 25 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius range. And if you're a Fahrenheit kind of guy, then it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit, roughly 80 degrees. So it's going to be warm. So just know that when you're packing. So let's talk about clothing. The first thing you need to know about clothing is you need to dress casual but smart. I don't want sloppy. I don't want t-shirts. I want casual but smart, because we're going to be taking lots of video and lots of still pictures, and you're going to want to look good in these pictures. We're going to document it. It's going to be so much fun. You're going to want to look good. Casual but smart. The second thing is you must bring one evening dressy, because the one evening where we're going to be on the beach with chairs and tables and beautiful linen and glasses, on that night when we're going to the most magnificent sunset beach in the entire world, we're going to be all dressed up. And if everyone's dressed up, you're not going to want to be the only person who forgets. So you just for one night only, just one night only. And ladies, don't pack 9 pairs of shoes. Don't even pack 1 pair of shoes, dressy shoes for that night, because you're not going to want to wear shoes. You're going to want to be barefoot. We're going to be on a beach. The last thing you want to wear on a beach is heels. So you need dressy clothes, but men, no dressy shoes. Women, no dressy heels. We'll be barefoot. dressed up. It's going to be kind of fun. It's going to be lots of, I can't wait. I'm so excited. And the last thing I want to say about clothing, listen carefully, because you have to do this. You need to bring one set of clothing that maybe you've never worn before. Maybe you'll have to buy it for this occasion. And remember, it's Halloween coming up, so it'll be easy to get whatever you want. You need to bring one set of clothing which reflects how you will be in 5 years. We're going to have, get ready for this, a come as you will be party. A come as you will be party. And there's rules about it. It's going to be a fun experience, but dress for that. Dress however you want. If you want to be a surfer in 5 years, like totally retired, then bring surfing clothes. And if you want to be an important businessman, then bring a really beautiful business suit. Whatever you envision yourself. If you want to be an author, then bring some giant pen or something that reflects that you're an author. Like, be funny, be cool, be outrageous, be creative. Come as you will be. No holds barred. Don't say, oh my gosh, I don't think I can get there. Don't do that. Just say, where do I really want to be if I achieve my outrageous? And come dress that way, and don't tell anybody. We're going to have a surprise. Everybody's going to surprise everybody else at the come as you will be party. So that's number 8, clothing. Number 9, packing. Pack light. Pack light. You don't need 20 changes of clothing. We're going to be there a certain number of days. November 30th in the morning is when we start. And so it's November 30th, December 1st, December 2nd, December 3rd, December 4th, and then you leave anytime you wish on December 5th. I'm actually leaving, I think, 3 a.m. on December 5th. So you're only there November 30th, December 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 days. 5 days. You don't even have to bring 5 sets of clothing. If women might choose to, men probably don't. But dress light. We're not going to judge you by your clothing. And another reason I want you to pack light is because you need to leave room for shopping. I'm telling you, it's the most magnificent shopping in the entire world. For example, I want to show you this. This is a magnificent piece of art that is in my office, and it's about 7 feet tall, and it's about 5 feet wide. It's a beautiful oil painting, and in Toronto, I would expect to pay something as magnificent as this. It's so calming, I meditate looking at it. I would expect to pay $5,000 to $10,000. I paid $600. $600, and the shipping was free. Why? Because they took it off the frame, and they rolled it up, and they put it in a tube for me, and I took it with me. And then when I got here, I had somebody put it back on a frame. It didn't cost that much. And now it's hanging in my office, and I love it. And another thing is, you may want to buy a money frog. I don't know if you've seen these money frogs, but a money frog is a frog that has a coin. See if you can see that? A coin sticking out of its mouth. And the other thing is, it only has 3 legs. You can see there's 4 legs here, but only 1 back leg. There's only 1 back leg right here. So that it's a 3-legged money frog. And I don't mean that I'm idling, that I'm worshiping idols. I'm not saying that. But it's a tradition in Bali that the money frog is good luck. And so I bought one. It's very, very pretty. It's got a lot of detail on it. And this money frog not only has the required money right in his mouth, but he's also holding lots of money, and he's got money at his feet. And I say, you know what? This guy is into money. And so just for fun, I bought this beautiful little thing, and he sits just inside my door, welcoming everybody. And I want you to know, I'm going to tell you the truth, my income has skyrocketed from last December, that's 2013, to right now, which is October 2014. Skyrocketed, way, way higher than it's been in 5 to 10 years. And is it the money frog? I don't know. But what the heck? I've got a little money frog helping me out. Maybe he just makes me feel good, and so I go out and make more money. I don't know. But I sure don't want to be without him. And also, last year was the year of the horse. And so in Chinese literature and Chinese mythology and whatever, Chinese something or other. And so I bought a horse. And they had horses everywhere. They had millions of horses for sale everywhere. And when we get there, it'll be just entering the year of the ram. And so you might want to pick up a ram. By the way, we're talking like $5, $8, something like that. So it's not a big purchase, but what I'm saying is it's really inexpensive. There's some fun local Balinese things that you'll probably want to avail yourself of, but there's also the most magnificent clothing. It's so beautiful. I plan to take you to a jewelry store where even if you don't buy jewelry, you'll wonder, is this an art gallery or a museum? Like, just the physical ambiance of the jewelry store is spectacular. If it were just a museum, you'd be in awe, and it's a store. It's just, I'm so excited. Have I told you I'm excited? I'm excited. So that's 9 is packing. 10 is bring a camera, or these days usually just a smartphone. Why? Because we're going to take lots of pictures and lots of videos, and we're going to accumulate them together. We're going to post them on Facebook. We're going to post them on YouTube. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to make everybody jealous. Everybody back home is going to see all our videos. It's going to be so much fun. Number 11, restrict your contact. Please, please, I'm not going to demand that you don't contact home. I'm not going to demand that. But let me tell you something. The more you stay connected with home, the more you run out to make a call, the more you accept calls, the more you're not in Bali. So organize your life so you can get away. From late November to the first week of December, just tell people, I'm unreachable. I'm sorry. My phone's not going to work. Now, there is Wi-Fi in Bamboo House. There is Wi-Fi at the resort, at the villa. But I want you to use that just to send pictures to me and to send videos to me and to each other, or to post it in a common place where we can all see it. But please don't use it to call home. Please. If you have to, you have to, but please don't. And the reason is, I want you to be fully with me. I don't want half of your head to be back in your hometown concerned with day-to-day activities. This is your opportunity to get away from the day-to-day and to change your life. If you're going to stay stuck in your day-to-day, then it's not going to be much of an impact on you. Number 12, currency. There is a local currency, of course. It's a country, Indonesia, but Bali accepts US dollars as if it's local currency. So my suggestion is, it's far cheaper for you to buy US dollars than to buy Indonesian currency, because that's rarer in North America, and so the cost to buy them will be much greater. And so my suggestion is, bring however much money you want, but bring it in very small US bills, 1s and 5s and maybe 10s, because that's the kind of purchases you'll typically be making. 13, there is an entrance visa when you land. They're going to say $25 US, please. So don't be startled by it. It's a small thing. Lots of tourist-oriented countries do that as a little revenue grab. And so just accept it as part of your cost. It's a small cost. Just get ready for it. They'll want US currency. They typically don't take credit cards. They'll say, go to the ATM over there and go pay us in cash. And then you'll have to get into the lineup again. So just have the US money ready. And finally, I want you to read a book. You might say, read a book? Before I leave? Oh my gosh, I've only got a month. This book is, I think, 15 pages long. You'll be able to read it in 15 minutes. And it's so inspiring. It's one of the most inspiring books I've ever read, even though it's only 15 pages long. It only took the writer about half an hour to write it. And it's kind of a rant about where are the people that can actually get things done these days. Where's the person that you can just ask him to do something and he just does it? Where are those people? And the book is called Message to Garcia. Message to Garcia. How do you buy it? You don't have to. Why? Because the author has died more than 50 years ago, and so it's in the public domain. It's completely free. And on the screen, you can see the website that you go to. Download it. It's only about 15 pages. And just read it. And once you read it, I insist that you send feedback to Helen. Helen at Aaron.com, 1L, Helen, at Aaron.com, and say, I read Message to Garcia, and here's my thought. Here's what I learned. Here's how I got inspired. Here's what turned me on. Here's the line that really grabbed me. Read it not just to get it done. Read it to grab the value. Read it to get the essence out of it so that you can feel his pain and learn a lesson from it. So those are the 14 points. I've told you how great and exciting and experiential it's going to be. Number 1, you must pay by November 1st. Number 2, book your travel and tell Helen what your travel arrangements are so that we will book your hotel. Number 3, your passport has to have at least 6 months to go when you land in Bali. Number 4, bring alcohol if you wish. Number 5, we will arrange your ground transportation inside Bali, and if you're VIP, we'll arrange your ground transportation to and from the airport. Number 6, bring bug spray if you want. Number 7, the temperature is around 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Clothing, casual, smart, dressy for one night, and come as you will be on another night. Pack light and leave lots of room for shopping. Number 10, bring a camera, a still camera and a video camera, or just your smartphone, because we're going to do lots of documentation. Number 11, restrict your contact with home, even though there will be Wi-Fi. Number 12, currency is the US dollar. Bring small bills. It's not the US dollar, but you can use the US dollar. 13, the entrance fees is $25. 14, read Message to Garcia. I gave you the website. Make sure you download it and read it. You know what? I'm going to add a 15th one. I just thought of it now, and that is in North America, the voltage is 110. But in Bali, the voltage is 220. So if you plug in something like a hairdryer, it will explode. It will actually explode. It'll go bang, and gray smoke that stinks like crazy will come out. How do I know? Because I brought my blender to South Africa that's on 220, and the darn thing exploded. And so I was able to use it for about a quarter of a second. So if you're bringing anything, any tool like a hair dryer, then you must bring a transformer. Now listen carefully. A transformer steps the voltage from 110 up to 220. You'll also need an adapter, which is to make the plug look different. So an adapter is just a physical little thing where you plug into the adapter and the adapter plugs into the wall. But you'll also need a transformer which changes the voltage from 110 to 220. By the way, for smartphones and for computers, you don't have to worry because they are able to adapt to any voltage in the world. You don't need anything special for a computer or a smartphone. You can charge it, but you of course will need the adapter to plug into their shaped electrical outlet. So I promised you 14, I gave you 15. That's it. Make sure you do it. Make sure you pay on time. Make sure you book your travel and your air and tell Helen about it. Make sure you read Message to Garcia. Make sure you pack light. Make sure you bring the appropriate clothing. I love you. I can't wait to see you in Bali.